Hello, and welcome to PCTV. I'm Kalena Anakwa.
And I'm Dean Wood. We're so pleased you're joining us. Here's a look at what's coming up in today's show.
Time to party! We'll bring you the best pictures from last weekend's fall ball.
It was really fun. I feel like it was a good chance for everyone to get together and just have a good time.
Also, coming up, 25 years of Monitor Night Live on campus. The newspaper's editor will join us in the studio.
Plus, creating art from salvaged materials. We'll hear from the Indigenous sculptor who has an exhibition on campus.
And find out what happened when students tried their hand at crochet, some for the first time.
The person helping me said I was doing well, but I mean, a little slow is tedious, but it's fun and relaxing.
First, one of the highlights of the year is the fall ball, a chance for students to have a break from their studies and get dressed up for the night.
It took place last weekend, and I went to see how people enjoyed it. People came dressed to the nines to dance and party it up for this year's fall ball. The late night rager attracted staff and faculty alike, with a security guard even having a dance-off with a student. It was quite the lively event. The organizers say they spent weeks in advance planning the event.
Fall ball takes about 80 hours worth of planning. Strategizing on the location. We do walkthroughs all through campus to figure out where the best location would be. We talk to all of our social heads who talk to the houses to give us feedback on what they might want to see at fall ball.
Dining's Fresh Ideas and the campus events team collaborated in order to cater food for the event. This included fruit skewers, cupcakes, other sweet treats, and seafood items. The theme was beach, with plenty of seafood on offer. There is also a separate section for arts and crafts where attendees could create sand art and also paint seashells. Students certainly seemed to enjoy it.
It was really fun. I feel like it was a good chance for everyone to get together and just have a good time. Awesome!
Fall ball was great. It's a lot of fun. I think all of these events are like super fun if you dance, if you like show up, you like bring the energy. I see some people show up, and I know I've got that sometimes where I'm shy on the dance floor and I like push myself to get out there, and I have a lot of fun. I encourage people to dance, have some fun.
Student DJs Aaron Nutwell, Dami Odanuga, and Charles Lahanga kept the dance floor alive with some sick beats. Fall ball seemed to be a smashing success. If you missed it, you can catch the annual event around the same time next year. Next, this week marks 25 years of what's become a Principia institution.
Monitor Night Live has been bringing leading journalists from the Christian Science Monitor to the campus since the 1990s.
The current editor, Krista Case Bryant, attended the event as a student in 2003 and is back this year. We're delighted to welcome her to PCTV. Hi, Krista. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First, could you tell me a little bit about what the theme means to you personally?
Sure. Well, the whole idea of getting above the fray is something that we've been talking about because, there's a lot of attention right now on whether there's bias in media and how that might be affecting people's trust in the media. And so if you think of that as sort of a left-right political continuum, where are we on that? You can get in endless fights over where exactly we should be. And what we really want to do, in keeping with our mission that Mary Baker Eddy gave us, to spread undivided, the science operates unspent. We want people to get above that fray, above the partisan fray, and be united, or otherwise undivided, around the idea of the importance of getting a higher perspective on the news, and one that can really bring not only clarity and understanding, but healing as well.
Thanks.
You were a student here at Perrin some years ago. Did you ever think you would be running the monitor?
I don't think that when I watched Modern Night Live in 2003, that was in my head. I'm trying to remember if I don't think I'd even thought about coming to the Monitor, being a journalist at that point. I remember speaking with Peter Ford, who's now our international editor, in Hutchinson House after the event, and just being captivated by hearing about his experiences and hearing his perspective. And as a student, I just so appreciated having those interactions. So it's really fun to come back and be able to give back.
Yeah. So you've obviously had a very accomplished career in journalism. Do you have any advice for young journalists looking to have similar success in the field?
Sure. I mean, I think a lot of it is just curiosity and loving to learn. If you love college and you've loved the opportunity to delve into new topics and new perspectives and get to know new people, you have such a rich campus here with so many international students, which is an incredible opportunity for learning just by getting to know your fellow students here. Journalism is really just a lifetime of continuing to learn, continuing to ask really good questions, continuing to be a great listener and willing to learn, and always having the humility and love for others to be open-minded and to grow in your understanding of people and issues around the world. So I would just say, be curious. I'll pass on some advice that I heard from a Principia professor a long time ago, which is just write as much as you can, no matter what it is, if it's love letters or your own notes to yourself in a journal or postcards or grocery shopping lists or whatever. Just write, all different kinds of writing, because that helps you learn to convey ideas and new ideas and learn to convey ideas in new ways and make it as engaging and interesting for others as possible.
Thank you. Yeah. And a last question, how do you think last night went overall, Monitor Night Live?
It was such a pleasure to be here and just really a privilege to be up there with my colleagues, Taylor, who flew all the way in from Jordan after 2 years of covering the Israel-Gaza war, and Stephanie, who's just done an amazing job on our climate beat, and Stephen, who's had to deal with some of the most fraught issues in the United States as our chief culture writer, and just being able to be up there with them and have a really authentic and meaningful conversation, and then hear really good questions from the audience. And felt like there was a lot of support and enthusiasm, and a number of people said to me that they left feeling surprisingly hopeful and inspired, which is great, because we wanted, as our tagline said, we want people to love the news, and it doesn't need to be a depressing thing. And I think the Christian Science Monitor is trying every day to bring that uplifting view to news and help everyone get above the fray, and it felt like that happened last night, and that's a great start. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Now, there's a big emphasis these days on recycling and reusing old materials. And a St. Louis-based artist has done just that in a new exhibition at the Voney Arts Center.
Yes, Thomas Sleet uses salvaged wood and other items to create his intricate sculptures. The exhibition is called Upriver. Madara Yukon reports.
CPS James K. Schmidt Gallery opened to the community with the exhibition Upriver, The Path Forward, showcasing the works of St. Louis artist Thomas Sleet. Sleet's work invites viewers to reconnect with nature and the ancestral roots.
I work with steel, cement, wood, stone, clay. The reason I use a lot of salvage materials is not because I'm a salvage artist, but I like materials that already have a story before I get to them.
Sleet's work is deeply influenced by his upbringing in nature and his identification as an indigenous person. His works explore transformation, balance with nature, and the rejection of waste.
This is the centerpiece of the exhibition. It is called Temple of Solace, and it is made up of layers of reclaimed wood growing higher. This is the first time it has been constructed and put on display.
Sleet describes himself as a functional artist, and each of his pieces, including the Temple of Solace, are designed to serve a purpose.
My idea about the function of the Temple of Solace is that I would build this in a large green space somewhere in the middle of a city or a small town or whatever. And it could be a meeting place for people to make offerings to that space.
What message do you want someone viewing your art to walk away with?
Get real explore materials, but at the same time of exploring materials, let the materials talk to you or whoever that student might be, because it's that communication between the mind and the matter where a spark is going to happen.
By giving salvage materials new life and function, Sleet's work connects art, nature, and the enduring cycle of transformation. Medaro Doikong, PCTV News.
Well, we're staying with art because 2 artists from England have been at the campus this week.
As part of their visit, Rob and Harriet Fraser planted a circle of 7 trees with students from a forestry class. They carefully measured out the distance between the trees, close to the Merrick Davis building. The Frasers explore connections to nature and community through photography and poetry.
Really, it's just a mechanism for opening up conversations about place and our part in that place. So that happened.
It's been really nice to get to know the students and have conversations with them about how themselves, the landscape here and the different courses and the different ideas and specialisms all come together.
Finally, have you ever seen a 20-foot high Christmas tree that's been crocheted?
Well, the nearby city of Jerseyville had one on display last year and invited students from Principia to help make another for this Christmas. No prior experience was needed. So how well did they do? Ella Straber reports.
Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2.
Jerseyville High School teacher Erica Heitzig is tying the community together through the craft of crochet. Heitzig and the Career Center collaborated on the event Cookies and Crafts to not only teach students how to crochet, but also as a form of community outreach.
I've been pretty passionate about crochet for quite some time now, and I know it brings people together. And when I toured campus this summer, me and some ladies from an office downstairs were kind of brainstorming, like, what could we do? And naturally, crochet. So I'll come back and teach crochet.
From advanced crocheters to beginners, everybody was welcome to hone in on their skills. Erica brought along 3 Jerseyville High School students to help teach the Prince students and faculty how to crochet. The group also worked together to offer encouragement and helpful tips so everyone could learn this challenging skill.
I think it's really cool that we can team build here at Principia and do crafts, and people who don't know how to crochet can learn how to do it, and people who do know can still have fun doing it. And kind of building a community together, I think it's really fun.
The person helping me said I was doing well, but I mean, a little slow is tedious, but it's fun and relaxing.
After watching all the students, I decided to give it a try myself.
So this is called beginner yarn, and I like it for learning. So I'm going to use your leg to show you. So I'm just making this loop around.
While some students were just trying to make a chain, others were creating pattern squares known as granny squares. Once they were finished, the squares were given to Erica. Their purpose is to create an entirely crocheted Christmas tree. It's going to take a couple thousand of these crocheted granny squares to create a 20-foot tall Christmas tree located at the Germania Brew House in Jerseyville this upcoming Christmas. This event combined crocheting, sweet treats, and community, bridging Principia College and the neighboring town. Ella Straber, PCTV News.
Well, that looks really fun. Would you ever try that?
I would. It seems really fun. It might take me a little bit to understand it, but it seems really fun.
Yeah, I think you'd be great.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this program. We'll have a lot more from you on PCTV next month.
Thank you for watching from all of us at PCTV. Goodbye.
Goodbye.